Welcome everybody to the Great City Hill Bake Off. I am Julie and today we are going to be baking some Christmas cupcakes. I've got two little helpers, two little elves to come and help me today, and they're going to be learning how to bake some Christingle cupcakes with me. Are you excited, Fuzi?
I'm super excited, and the thing is I'm gonna win.
Oh, bring it on.
Right.
Emily, how are you feeling about baking today?
I'm quite excited. I'm quite confident to win Fuzi, definitely.
I just want to tell you about the cupcake recipe. So this is a recipe that I've kind of made myself from, it kind of stems from my grandmother's recipe. So it's not a set recipe that you'll find anywhere, but it starts with 2 or however many eggs that you want to do. So you weigh the eggs, and then however much these weigh is the weight of most of the other ingredients.
Sure.
So obviously if you wanted to do it with 10 eggs, you would weigh 10 eggs, blah, blah, blah. We're doing just with 2 eggs today. And then I've customized it to make my own Christingle flavor. So in the UK we have Christingles. So you have an orange and you would put the cloves in and cinnamon sticks in to be like, just to celebrate Christmas, and so you'd stick a candle in and light it. But I like the smell of that, so I put that into a chocolate cupcake. It's amazing. So you guys get to taste it later.
Forward to it.
All right, you ready to get baking?
Yeah.
The reason I'm confident is because I know I can exploit the weakness of my opponent here very easily, and I can see that she's starting to get butterflies. She's getting really scared. So to be honest with you, I'm just going to be gracious and I'm going to do my best to win, and I'm looking forward to it. Do you have anything to say?
I only have a butterfly when I'm in front of a camera, but for baking, I don't have a butterflies. Especially competing with Fuzi, I think.
I think the interesting thing here is that Emily has been baking. She has an experience in this. She's been doing this for years and years. And this is probably my 3rd or 4th time baking. And that's what's going to be surprising, how I get to win, having just only learned recently.
Okay, so as I said, the recipe started off with the eggs. You don't need them yet, but I just want to let you know that these 2 eggs weighed 120 grams. So everything else that you've got is 120 grams more or less. So if you could start off with your butter and pop it into your big bowl. We're going to just cream that first. Actually, that means we don't need that one. We're going to cream that first until it is a light, paler yellow, okay? So in whichever electronic device you are going to use, so what you want to do is the butter will be a little bit firm from being in the fridge. Ideally what you'll do is you'll keep it out of the fridge for about an hour or so before. Another hot tip I've done is you can get like a hot mug, put it in the microwave for 3 minutes, pop it on top and it will soften it, or just leave it out on the counter. So what you want to do is you're going to mix this until it is more like a smoother and a very, very pale yellow. So just keep going. Make sure you get all of the sides of it, scrape down the sides. Higher speed is better. It just gets more air in. So what you're doing at this point is you're whipping in more air, which gives it a lighter sponge.
I can see it's changing colour.
Yep.
Paler and paler. Okay, good.
Keep going. When you're happy with it, I will let you stop. I'm not going to tell you when to stop. I have to say, Fuzi's actually doing quite well at the moment. Go faster, go faster. Okay. You're right, that's actually perfect. It actually is. Yeah.
Can I add some scotch?
Who am I hoping wins? I love them both equally, so I'm going to let the taste genuinely check it out.
Oh, okay.
Going.
How are we looking though, Emily?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
Keep going. I think yours is easier to do because you've got the hand there. Yeah.
It's not to do with how easy this is, it's just a skill, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. Okay. Whenever you're ready to stop, you can. But if you're happy to keep whipping, then you can. Okay, so I'm going to count down from 5. Whenever you're ready, turn off your devices. 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, hers is lighter than yours now.
Oh yeah, because she's using the machine and I'm not.
Okay, so now we've creamed the butter, we're going to add in our sugar. Okay, so you can do that, either pour it all in or do it spoon by spoon, as you wish. Whatever you think is the best strategy. You're going to need that again.
Okay, as in when I need.
Yeah, literally.
Straight away?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna. This is how we roll, isn't it? So I'm just gonna put. This is all of it.
Yeah, all that. So that's your 120 grams of sugar. Okay, so what we're looking for is for all the sugar to be dissolved. So whenever you feel that has dissolved, you can stop. Okay, whenever you guys are ready, you can start adding in the flour. If I get you to both turn off your devices for the moment. So what you're going to do is you're going to add in the eggs and the flour and the cocoa alternately. So a bit of egg, a bit of flour, a bit of, I won't tell you how, it's a blind recipe, you guys can figure out the order. Wonder which order tastes better.
I want to let my guards down because I can see that she's really going for it, isn't she? But this is so hard to do, isn't it?
Well, when you're ready, you can add between 3 and 6 tablespoons of milk to loosen it up a bit. Okay? So, when you're ready to do that, and I'll let you decide how much you have to add. So between 3 and 6, this is the competition element.
Is this a tablespoon, is it?
I can't help you, yes. So you can put between 3 and 6 tablespoons.
All right, I think I might put 3 actually.
Okay. It'll just loosen up and give a lighter texture, otherwise it'd be quite a dense cake. Then you've added in all the air with all the butter, so then you just need to open up the texture a little bit. You could substitute it with coconut milk or oat milk, any almond milk, any milks that you would normally use. And the same for butters as well. If you didn't, you could use margarine or any other butters that you would normally have at home. So a substitute that you can use is applesauce. So I think it's 1 tablespoon per egg, or banana. You can have mashed up banana as well. But obviously that would add, think about if you're having orange, cinnamon and banana, you might want to remove the orange maybe. So you could have a banana cinnamon cake, that would be quite nice. But that would have a wetter texture. So, yeah.
I think I could do with another one.
Go for it. You can't put too much, to be fair. It just means it'll be slightly lighter, even,
I put a 3 at the first, and if the cake is not too dry, I'll just leave it with it.
I'm intrigued. What was the total number that you put in?
Do I have to disclose, just in case my opponent gets
You can whisper. Okay, good. I'm just wondering at the end which one will have the better. If I stop everybody at this point, you can overmix a cake, so let's stop for a moment.
Okay.
So what you've got now, you've got vanilla, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and
cinnamon.
I would start with 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, but then you've got extra teaspoons in there because I want you to taste your own mix and see, because it's to taste. So you can add as much cinnamon as you think that you would like to taste once it's baked. Bearing in mind that it will intensify a little bit once it's been baked. So you have to underestimate what it's going to taste like. So I will let you guys crack on. And I would not mix it with the electric mixer at this point. I would get my spatula and give that a good hand mix. Okay. Again, because of the over-mixing, we don't want to over-mix the batter. We might be in danger of that already, but we'll have to see at the end. Now with baking powder, you can actually put too much baking powder in. Obviously I've given you the quantities. If you were to put too much, would you get like a funny bitter aftertaste, so just to be aware of that. If you could. So you have oranges. You can grate, I start off with one whole orange zest. The hot tip is do not put any of the white pith inside, because that will give it a bitter taste. So you know when you peel an orange and you get the white underneath, that's called the pith, P-I-T-H. That has a bitter taste. So all the taste for the orange skin is in the orange bit. That's where all the oils are. Yeah, and don't ever buy orange essence or lemon essence, like what it tastes bad. It's actually more expensive than just buying an orange, and there's obviously the vitamin counts in that. Again, taste it, make sure. I always kind of check the balance of the cinnamon and the orange together. Personally, I don't think you can have too little of the orange zest, because it cuts through that chocolate more so than the cinnamon does. So, because you have to remember that the dominant flavour is the chocolate, so it needs to cut through that. If you wanted to substitute the cinnamon for ground cloves, you could. Or if you wanted to put maybe half and half of, so maybe 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of ground cloves, you could do that as well, yeah. And I went for the most common one, which is cinnamon.
Does anyone want orange? I think this is about it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's about it. Obviously with this, don't chuck it away, please use it, squeeze out the juices, stick it in your mulled wine.
Well, that's for later.
Yeah. And there you go. Now, how do you feel about orange? You want more?
Yes, please.
You took your husband's oranges. Oh, look, sabotage on this side.
I definitely did.
Oh, I think this is probably hardest bit for the cake.
You're right, Emily.
It's like an exercise. It's really hard work.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a teaspoon each. You guys are going to taste your own batter, and you just need to decide if you're happy with it. And hang on. And if you want to add anything, the cinnamon and orange is over there, or vanilla, or milk.
Oh, vanilla.
Responsibility is on you. A good chef always tastes his food. And then if you are happy, you can...
So you said it's lacking something, and you just said that there's stuff over there.
Yep.
Surely whatever is lacking is over there.
Yep.
That's what you mean.
Absolutely.
But it's your own judgment.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you could be wrong because the judge is right.
I trained her. And if you're happy with it, you can start putting it into the trays.
I can put a little bit more orange and just whatever it is.
Well, I just kind of like it. I don't know who would...
But if you like it, that's fine.
It's a problem. I don't know who will find fault in that. I think there'll be...
Go with your gut. Trust your gut. Because I've said something, I've confused him. Okay, so I'm going to give you an implement, or you're going to choose, sorry, an implement to fill your cupcakes. All right, so I have my preference of what I would use.
Right, so Emily, I'll let you go first, and at the end of the day,
I think that's good because
it doesn't matter for me.
Yeah, because you chose the grater first. That's fair. Good man.
No, I didn't. To be fair, I put them like this. I say, Emily, which one do you want?
Okay, so you can choose. What you need to do though, you've got your cupcake liner, you need to make sure that it is filled 3/4. You can decide if your
3/4, that'll be like there.
Correct.
Yep.
Yes. So you can decide if it's going to be flat or domed.
How do you decide that?
It's a preference. It
But how do you make it look like that? Oh, I see. All right. Okay, that's what I get you now.
Make a decision.
Like a monk,
That one.
Emily.
Right, Mr. McQuenna, which one would you like?
I'll take this one.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I kind of set them up because this ice cream scoop, can I just show them?
Yeah.
It's not the best one. The best ice cream scoops to get are the ones, you know, that have that funny little lever.
Oh, yeah.
And it, because it scoops it all out and it gives you the perfect portion. Mine broke and I haven't been able to find one in Dubai yet. So, yeah, but those are the best ones.
Okay.
I'm hoping for even, I'm going into Mary Berry style, so an even bake. They should all be uniform in shape and size, whatever that would look like. And they need to look neat. And then once they're decorated, they should also be decorated in a uniform fashion as well. Can I just say as well, it's really important, the information that I gave about it being 3/4. I won't tell you the reason why, but have a think about what could happen, or if you did either under or over. So I'm seeing one person very logically doing everything in lines, and then one person kind of doing everything and then making sure he's got enough batter equally. So both interesting strategies. I wonder which one will work. Well, interestingly, I think both bowls are empty almost.
And it's still not 3/4 because of the number of things.
One person has 12 cupcakes and the other has 8. Dun, 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 with the same number of ingredients.
Okay.
Can I give you a hot tip with the spatula? The spatula is your friend. It will get every last.
Oh, you're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I love a spatula because it literally wipes every little bit off the bowl. You don't waste anything. All utensils down, you'll back up from your cupcakes. So what you're going to do is you're going to get, but you're going to drop it. Ooh, make sure there's nothing to whack it with.
Oh, really? From there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh.
See that?
Okay. And it helps to level it out a little bit. If you have, obviously the more even that you can scoop it in with the ice cream scoop, then it will just go, and it would take about 30 seconds normally. I don't know, I want to see what the timer said, how long that took, but, okay.
Brilliant.
Right.
See that?
Wow.
We're going to pop these into the oven and we're going to bake them between 12 and 15 minutes in a preheated oven of 180 degrees. Another hot tip that I like to give is, because I actually don't use timers at home, I'm really sad. You put them in the oven. In fact, let me do that now. So we're going to put Emily's on the right-hand side.
That's mine.
And sorry, Fusy's on the right-hand side. You know what? I'm going to get confused. There we go. All right. So I will just double check the time.
I have a time.
Put 12 minutes, but then we'll check it 3 minutes after that. As I said, I don't tend to use timers at home. When you can smell the cake in the kitchen, normally the cake is done, like perfectly. So obviously we've got 2 different ones in there, so we'll try and use a timer, but it's a good one to know, because you could be around cooking several different things, and as soon as you smell them, they're done. Well, if we stop it at 12 minutes, then you can decide if you want to bake it for another minute or 3 minutes or 2 minutes.
Can you tell us why I ended up with 12 and Emily with 9?
Oh, you mean cakes?
Yeah.
So obviously, I think it depends on the tablespoons that you might have used for the milk.
Yeah.
You use 2 different tablespoons. And also, she's filled us more than 3/4 and you filled yours slightly under 3/4. So obviously the ratios. What will be interesting is if yours are overfilled and come out as a cupcake.
Okay.
Yours definitely won't. But what we're looking for, if I get a cupcake, So ideally, the ideal cupcake will have a very slight dome just above. You don't want it to be too raised. And we don't want it to mushroom out and come over on the side, which is what I'm a bit worried might happen with yours. So we'll see. And what could affect that would be undermixing, overmixing, how many additives you added in and all that kind of stuff. But for me, taste is the most important. But we'll see, it'll be interesting. What you're looking for when it comes out of the oven is springy to the touch. So you'll have the cupcake and just check that it's springy. If your fingers get imprinted inside, you need to bake it for another 30 seconds or 1 minute. It's still slightly underdone, but you don't want it to be overbaked as well. The other thing that you can do is get a knife or a cocktail stick and place it in and pull it out. And if there's wet batter, it needs to cook for another couple of minutes. So you guys will be deciding if your cupcake's are baked or not later. And we shall be do that. So we shall see you in 12 minutes. All right, see you later, guys. Bye. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so as you can see, the cupcakes are out of the oven, and we gave them a time limit between 12 and 15 minutes. They both took them out at 15 minutes, and one might have followed the other. I will not disclaim who. So these are the cupcakes that we've got at the moment. So these are some of Fusie's, and these are some of Emily's. See, slight little difference. They are awesome. So what we're going to do now, as you can see, we've got all these things here, and we've made the buttercream already. So there'll be a link down below. But this isn't just regular buttercream; it's cooked flour frosting, and it's a little bit softer. It's less sweet and a little bit more creamy. As you can see, I've got some green, I've got some red, and some white. My little owls were helping me to mix those and pipe those up and get them ready. So, you guys, you've got all your Christmas colours. You've got all your cupcakes. You've even got some fancy pants sprinkles here. Now, all Christmas coloured. I present a challenge to you. You have got to decorate one of your cupcakes in 1 minute. Make it look Christmassy. So here are some guidelines. You have to stay in your zone on your baking tray with your one cupcake.
Pick up one of them.
You can only touch an icing bag. There will be no crossing of hands to each other's cupcakes. When your cupcake is finished, you put it on there and you say jingle bells, and then you're done.
Wow.
Okay? You got 1 minute.
I'll do that.
Ready? Wait for it. Go! Nine, 8, 7, nope, 6, you're done. 5, 4, if you don't get up on that on time, you'll be out. 2, 1. All right, so let's get a little closer for these bad boys. Not bad.
My favorite one would be this one because it's got white and it's got lots of green and red and it doesn't have too much icing on it. So I'm guessing it will be tasty. That was really fudgy and moist. That was very tasty. I'm not sure which one I like best. Probably that one. That has the right amount of icing. I think that has a little bit too much icing.
Okay, so that was a really good effort, guys. The judge has spoken. Her decision is final. And now I'm going to show you how to do do it maybe in a different way or show you some other creative ideas. So the first one we're going to do is a poinsettia. So that is this piping tip here. This is what we call a leaf tip, okay? And what you're going to do is the pressure is really important. So always have your thumb around the top and have an even pressure. So you push ever so slightly there with your fingers. You hold one cupcake, notice whether you put it on the counter really. If you hold it, you just get a bit better control and you can turn it, etc. So just make sure that your hands are able to do that. So for this one, we're going to do, you're going to do slight wiggly actions. You're going to start from the centre and just slightly pull and drag, and then as you get to the end of the petal, just let go. Okay? That doesn't look like a poinsettia yet, so we're going to go 5 more times, but shorter petals, but kind of in between, if you can see there. So another one that you can do, this is my favourite one, now you said earlier that this tip is far too big.
It is.
Not.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to cover the whole base.
That's what I...
So if you go in the middle and you have an even pressure, you're going to go round and make an outward spiral. Okay? Then you get to here and just push and lift off. So it kind of looks like a rose. I didn't do that one very well. Let me try it again. Do it again. When you do it faster, it's better. Okay? So in the centre, quick swirl, and that didn't work. That's okay, that happens. You can just go back round again. Okay? So then what you could do is you could just leave that as a rose. This bit here is sticking out and looks a hot mess. So what you could do is use your sprinkles to push it in. That's what I always do. Okay? And then you can hide it. Okay? Again, you could use any of your things, and you could do something festive just on the end so you could hide the seam. Okay? So that's another little design that you can do. Actually, if I show you this box here, this is a box of Russian tips. Okay, this is quite specialised. I picked mine up in Dragonmart. I can't remember how much it was, like 20 dirhams or something. It wasn't a lot at all. But they have all these little things in them, and you can use lead flowers and stuff with them. So I've got one of those to show you in case anybody does have it at home. But half the problem with cupcake decorating, or any cupcake decorating, is it's fixing mistakes. People see these amazing cakes and they go, oh, no, I can't do that. Well, actually, half of it is fixing problems. So, like for this, for example, the definition on the flower hasn't come out. I think it's because the frosting's too warm. But it still looks cute, it's fine. You can decorate it again with a couple of sprinkles, or whatever, and just sprinkles. And already that just hides it, distracts the eye, and that looks good. Do you agree?
Yep. Definitely.
All right, wonderful. Are we okay?
Amazing.
So you guys are going to go and practice. I want you guys to bring it to the Zoom meeting that we are having, and I would like you to bring your creation and show us a picture of what you do.
Sure.
Okay. So what I want to do as well, guys, I'm asking you if you could make some of these cupcakes, if you could bring your designs. You can feel very free to copy some of these. If you've got your own creative ideas, you guys want to go, they want to do your own designs, go for it. And we'd like to see you on Zoom. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Ta-ta.